to this floss and dope whips. Nina Ross's chrome wheels, where this cost, know the deal. Get you off here like Nas Esco. Nigga, let's roll. I can show you how to get it on the low. Kicking flows, pipping hoes on the stroll. It's a daily routine. Niggas sticking to the script like a bitch in Maybelline. Some niggas want the money and some niggas want the fame. Some niggas want it all, weighing heavy in the game. Pushing heavy on your brain. Switch a lane to entertain. Blowing suckers out the frame. That's why I'm potent as the cane. There's a million ways for you to try to step and get blazed. Just remember one thing, we ain't nothing you can tame. There's a million ways to ride, you want it? Choose one, still dipping in the bay, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride, you want it? Choose one, still dipping in the bay, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap.
Homie, ain't nothing changed me, I'm still riding on Vogue. Sitting here and puffing tank, still fucking with the hoes. Withdraw from the bank, got my left hand froze. Take a 5-minute break, now I'm back with the flows. Who said the game was gon' phase me? A block from the Gucci spot, I'm still cutting babies. A tad bit attentive, I ain't fuck with Jenny lately. If she pregnant, I'll accept it, but I hope that Jimmy saved me. That West Rider shit, niggas smashing, getting high with an extra clip. See me flash a nigga lay low, it's just the way the game goes. Push back, slow your roll. Even though I spit it cold, lightning strikes like spinal cords and baby seats. Niggas lean back. I come off, son, I'm on one. Sorry, I don't hold my tongue, I just let it hang, man. Deep like we gang bang, bleed from the same veins. Black card maintain, throw them things.
There's a million ways to ride, you want it? Choose one, still dipping in the bay, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride, you want it? Choose one, still dipping in the bay, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride, you want it? Choose one, still dipping in the bay, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap. There's a million ways to ride, you want it? Choose one, still dipping in the bay, blowing on the blunt. Jealous niggas wanna stunt, they don't be riding like that. If it wasn't for the music, I'd be pulling the strap.
Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
Yes, sir. It is hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Thanks for joining your boy. January 4th, 2017. Yeah. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Today is Woman Wednesday, the day that the Lord has made. We got to get a new studio audience in here, man. Our studio audience is a bunch of damn haters. What's today's date? Today is the 4th. This story actually kind of came out Tuesday, but Odell Beckham Jr. and Victor Cruz were spotted on musical artist Trey Songz's Snapchat partying in a nightclub in Miami with Justin Bieber. Songs and wideouts were also spotted on a boat on Monday, right, down in South Florida. The Giants players were off on Monday and will be back to work to prepare for their playoff game in Green Bay starting Tuesday. So they were off on Monday, and all of this occurred on Monday. The receivers must have went down to Miami after beating Washington on Sunday afternoon to close out the regular season. Ben McAdoo didn't seem to have a problem with his players being out so late a week before their wild card game. That's it. Bookmark that line right there. This is a week before their playoff game. Here's a quote from the coach. He says, players are off until tomorrow morning. They're off in the conversation. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more, but back in early 2008, Tony Romo and Jason Witten received similar scrutiny when they took a trip to Mexico with Romo's then gal pal, Jessica Simpson. All right, so if you remember the Stews being on First Take, man, this is something that I used to hate. You know, one of the main, issues that always came around that I used to hate about Skip Bayless. Skip, literally, if you were a professional athlete, he felt like that you could not do anything fun on your free time. Right, like he thought that athletes shouldn't go to night. That was it. He always thought that athletes shouldn't be able to go to nightclubs, or that they shouldn't go to nightclubs, that they shouldn't do anything. Like they should always have their nose in a playbook, even on their day off. And now listen, man, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and this is why you need the Doug Stewart Show. Because I'm going to give you some real perspective. I'm going to give you some real perspective, man. I'm going to give you some real perspective. So, Odell Beckham Jr., outside every time I turn around, he doing the Quan dance with another ninja. He's a baller. And it was this saying that they used to say back in the day that still applies today. It applied during my time. It applied during my daddy's time. It applied during my granddaddy's time. And so I'm sure it applies today. Young, dumb, and full of cum. Odell Beckham Jr. is what, 23 years old? Odell Beckham Jr. got a pocket full of money. Odell Beckham Jr., is kind of like a celebrity. Once again, he has a big personality, very bright, intelligent guy. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to get it. I don't have a problem with this dude partying, hanging out, doing whatever, especially on his day off. Especially on his day off. And to hear this type of stuff, man, it kind of like the bad thing about it, you listen to the Doug Stewart Show, the bad thing about it is that if he were to have a subpar game, especially being in New York with the New York media, they are absolutely going to kill this cat, okay? And it's sad. It's a shame. It's almost like society is jealous of athletes because they play a game for a living. It's not really a job in a lot of people's opinions. It's playing a game and you get paid for it. So they feel like that athletes, a lot of people feel like that athletes owe them something. They owe them, the fans of the New York Giants feel like that Odell Beckham Jr. owes them having his nose in a playbook 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that is some bullshit. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I've always said this. You can go back and listen to tapes of me back from 2001. It makes no sense to me. The man is off. He can do what the hell he wants on his off day. Now I would understand if they had a game the next day or whatever. They have 7 days in between the time when they play the next game. The team gave them the day off. Now, the other part of this conversation is the dudes that he were hanging out with. I mean, they're on this boat. They took a picture on this boat, and they all got their shirts off. I mean, I guess you should have the shirts off, but they all wearing jeans and they all wearing Timberland boots. It's almost like they're shooting some type of promotional photo for whatever magazine or whatever. Like Odell Beckham Jr., I can't really tell who the other cats are, but it's Odell Beckham Jr. and once again it's Victor Cruz, and they're sitting on the bow of this boat, and they all got on black jeans. They all color coordinated too, which is very, 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 very suspect to say the least. They all got on black jeans, they all got their shirts off, and they're wearing. Remember, this is South Florida, and these cats aren't from New York City. Now, New Yorkers, this is what they typically do. I remember my chapter bro, Kip, Swiss, we call him Swiss, he's from Long Island, New York, and whenever we used to go to Black College Weekend in Daytona, him and all of his New York boys and people he knew from New York met us down there, and they were wearing Timberlands on the beach. It was 95 degrees, and they had on Timberlands, but these cats ain't from New York City, okay? And they on the bow of this boat, and they're wearing Timberlands and black jeans. Really? Suspect. Yeah, from Uncle Mike in the chat room on Spreaker.com. He says, ODB has no shame with us an androgynous game. That's right. You remember Androgyny, Prince, Vanity, Ready for the World? Great episode of Everybody Hates Chris. He had to do a project with a dude that dressed like a girl, and he went home and asked his daddy Julius, why does so-and-so, his friend's name, why does Michael, dress like a girl? And remember now, Everybody Hates Chris takes back when what's his name? Chris, I don't even remember his last name right now. Damn, I'm drawing a blank. You know what I'm talking about. Chris, I want to say Tucker, but not Chris Tucker. The other Chris with the big teeth that played Pookie in New Jack City. So he went home and asked his daddy Julius, like, why does Michael dress like a girl? And remember, this is 30 years ago. Chris Rock, thank you. Brain fart. I took a lot of hits to the head. Thank you, Tiffany Sports and Heels. So remember, this TV show was based when Chris Rock was growing up. So this is 30 years ago. So this is during the era when Prince and all of those cats and Mickey Free, remember the great Mickey Free, and all of those cats were, had eyeshadow and long hair and wearing frilly shit. And Julius was like, there's nothing wrong with your friend. He's just an androgyny. Yeah. Looks like Odell Beckham Jr. and his boys, man, they down with androgyny. Oh, boy. Bottom line to that, man, is no big deal, man. These cats are young. I wish I was young and everybody knew me and I had a pocket full of money. I would be wilding out. Now, I wouldn't be wilding out kind of in the same manner that Odell Beckham Jr. has been wilding out. Like, I definitely wouldn't be dancing with no dudes wearing no sheer shirts. I definitely wouldn't be doing that. But I would have probably even been more buck wild than this cat right now. Yeah, I probably, and it's funny now, and a lot of people tell you, my brother Ryan always tells this story about, speaking of Brian Dawkins, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. When he came out of college, him and, I'll tell the story when we get back from the break matter of fact, I'll tell the story right now. We got a couple of minutes. We got a minute or so. When he came out of college, he came out the same year as Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins played safety for the Clemson Tigers. And by the way, go Clemson. And him and Brian Dawkins were roommates at the Senior Bowl. And my brother said all week, man, hindsight is 20/20, all week, they went out and they partied and they kicked it. And he says, whenever they were about to go out, he said to Brian Dawkins, man, you want to come out with us, B-Doc? And he was like, nah, I'm good. I need to study this playbook. And Ryan says, man, he'd look at Brian Dawkins and be like, man, this cat is a lame, We going out. Let's go, fellas. And in the NFL, Ryan said he continued to go out and party all throughout the week, get up last minute, make the practice on time. He just didn't understand the work ethic you had to have to be, successful in the NFL. Like, if he could do it all over again, he would do it totally different. He would do it like Brian Dawkins. And Brian Dawkins was well known to be a guy that didn't do anything, that didn't drink, he didn't smoke, he didn't party. It was all about football. And Brian Dawkins is going into the Hall of Fame at some point here. And my brother, he's worked out. It's worked out okay for him. He's playing golf right now somewhere in Georgia, in Atlanta. Yeah. So, some people can handle that nightlife and partying and still perform at a great level. But then the question is if you weren't doing that stuff, how much better could you even be? That's the age-old question. I don't have a problem. At the end of the day, I don't have a problem with a young cat that's got a pocket full of money having a good time on his day off. When we get back from the break, entertainment, don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show.